Hello and welcome to Eurocenter. I'm Bodhi Murnia with today's top stories in the exciting world of European history.
And I'm James Pialtos. In today's Machiavelli news, we are going to outline the similarities and differences between current-day leaders and Machiavelli and his prince.
Well, sadly, due to the recent passing of Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and the illegitimacy of Aung San Suu Kyi, this episode of Eurocenter has lost some of its touch. But don't fret, the rebirth of Xi Jinping will bring back that spark.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that one. Coming up today, we'll be discussing Putin, Jinping, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and of course, who could forget about the downfall, the collapse of Dilma Rousseff herself.
Let's take it away!
Two words. Xi Jinping, the paramount leader, General Secretary of the Communist Party of China, President of the People's Republic of China, Chairman of the Central Military Commission. Xi's on top of China right now, and may just be on top of the world if he keeps up the breakout season he is having. Jinping is confident, and it's because of his fan support. A study by Harvard ranks Xi as the highest rated world leader out of the 10 world leaders they used. It showed 95% of Chinese expressing confidence about how he handles domestic affairs, and 94% saying the same about international. How do you like them numbers? Jinping's respected, gives the people what they want, and as a result has the support of the Chinese people. Jinping isn't just a lion, and he definitely ain't just a fox. He's a combination of the two. He's a Fion. Not only has he vowed to crush dissent, resist the West, and introduce far-ranging measures to enforce party discipline and to ensure internal unity, but he also talks using reformist-sounding language to prompt optimism and to disguise his inner lion. Now that's what I call a heads-up play by Jinping. Not only is Xi Jinping educated, but is super experienced, making him superb at performing in crunch time and handling pressure in late-game situations. Xi studied chemical engineering at Beijing's prestigious Tsinghua University. He also studied humanities and social studies postgraduate and obtained a Doctor of Law degree. Before becoming president, Jinping also serves as the governor of multiple Chinese provinces, party secretary, vice president, and more. Xi has also been active in participation in military affairs, taking a direct, hands-on approach to military reform. Xi has vowed to clean up corruption and complacency in the military, aiming to build a more effective fighting force. Xi has made it very clear that the party has complete control of the military, and guess who has control over the party? Xi does. Jinping also was recently given the title of Commander-in-Chief. Talk about being captain of the team. At the rate Xi Jinping is going, soon, it isn't going to be called being a Machiavellian leader. It's going to be called being a Jinpinian leader.
You might have thought this leader fell from our list after the July 15th coup in Turkey, but boy oh boy are you wrong. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, current Prime Minister of Turkey, has come back bigger and badder than ever after losing control of his country for about a day to a small faction of the military. Following the coup, Erdogan detained 10,012 soldiers, which is equivalent to taking nearly 1 in 60 members of the U.S. military into custody. He's like a cunning fox, because by removing some of the suspicious members of the military, he's able to ensure that a coup powered by the same people and ideas will never happen again. He also suspended 2,745 members of the judiciary, which is equivalent to suspending every state judge in California, Texas, New York, and Georgia. He's also as strong as a lion. By removing so many government officials, he was able to show off his power. Erdogan is also loved by his people, boasting a 67.6% approval rating, and everyone from street vendors to businessmen love what he's done to improve the economy. Erdogan isn't necessarily educated, but he is experienced, as he has previously served as a mayor of Istanbul and leader of the Justice and Development Party. We've got to hand this one to Erdogan. He's got the characteristics of a Machiavellian prince in a bag.
The one man who without a doubt had earned himself a spot on the list of the most current-day Machiavellian leaders is none other than the great cardinal himself, Vladimir Putin. As president of the Russian Federation, Putin is a man with a great deal of power and authority. Since the beginning of his term in May of 2012, Putin has been able to instill fear and respect in his citizens. As the two-time former prime minister and president of Russia, it is safe to say that there are few men more qualified to lead than Putin. This man is on top of the world, and there is no stopping him now. Putin, being a man of the people, has always made it a priority to maintain great relations with his citizens. This has not only helped ensure a happy and healthy country, but has also helped Putin obtain an incredibly impressive and jaw-dropping approval rate of 82%. He has helped himself maintain that high approval rating by placing a heavy emphasis on his public image and on gaining respect from his citizens. The great cardinal has been publicly spotted on multiple occasions, immersing himself into the true culture of Russia. Putin has been seen competing in various judo tournaments, out shooting in the wild with his friends, and taking care of animals. His ability to understand the need for his strong image comes from the intelligence that he has gained through his wonderful education. As a graduate of St. Petersburg State University, or SPSU as they say in Russia, Putin has attained a degree from one of the most prestigious colleges in all of Russia. This intelligence has been a leading factor in helping Putin firmly hold his office and his bid for top Machiavellian leader. Throughout the years, Putin has added to his point total as the best Machiavellian leader by portraying his ability to be a fox and a lion. He did this by working as a KGB spy for 16 years and also instilling fear within the people of his country and the neighboring countries as well. These additional points have helped him climb the leaderboard and finally close the gap between him, Jinping, and Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. His ability to be cunning and still maintain all of his power is one of his strongest qualities, and it has helped him sustain one of the greatest militaries in the world. Since the beginning of his presidency, Putin has helped increase civilian participation in the army and has helped catapult Russia to becoming the second strongest military country in the world. Vladimir Putin is without a doubt one of the world's premier leaders, and his ability to preserve his position on top of the world makes him as Machiavellian as it gets.
We're not going to lie to you. We do have a leader who's fallen from grace this past year, and won't be seeing her name on our top list anytime soon. Brazil's Dilma Rousseff. We've got to admit, being the leader of the biggest country in South America and a woman deserves some applause, but the negatives fortunately outweigh this positive. Machiavelli always said that you've got to keep good company and that you have to be respected and have a good image, but Rousseff didn't quite make the cut. Over her past 5 years in office, Rousseff constantly refused to meet with members of Congress, whittling away at the majority support that she enjoyed beforehand, and has been described as arrogant and autocratic by members of her government. One of the biggest traits of a successful prince is having respect from those around you and keeping an image of a mature and strong person, the lion. But this does not necessarily mean that you can bark or roar at any person that comes your way. As far as being educated and intelligent and being able to run a nation, Rousseff has been accused of being neither of these things, which kind of stands in the way of being a successful commander-in-chief. Writers and politicians alike have agreed that she has grown unfit to rule in these past years, including one Edson Sardina, an editor for a government corruption magazine, has described her as having quite terrible political skills, portraying her as sort of the unwise one of the government, not the person who you want to be running the country. Alfredo Nascimento, a former transportation minister, voted on her impeachment in April, even going so far as to say that he would not support a president who is incapable of governing. Yes, you could say that Rousseff had to have quality leadership skills in order to get her position, unless you've been keeping up with the presidential election recently. But simply having skills and not executing them, or going the opposite way, seriously jeopardizes your position as a leader. Dilma Rousseff, sorry, but it seems you'll have to try again another time in order to get onto our list.
Well, that was exciting.
Oh, it sure was, wasn't it, James? Now, for more information, don't forget to visit Jennifer Click, lovesgefilte.fish.com. Well, this has been all for today. This has been Bodhi Murnia.
James Pialtos.
This has been Eurocenter.